All right, we're joining this game a little bit late. It has been a hit fest thus far. Flies out, 2 down.
And there's 2 away.
Hit fest as in balls that go for hit and hit batters. It is a 10-8 lead for Lomega right now over Sentinel. Winner of this game will move on to the 5th place game Saturday tomorrow here at Lomega, and the loser will slot to the 7th place game. Falls in for a RBI single. Nope, make it double.
And a run is batted in, and it is a double for Blake Yost, number 8. Next up to the plate, number 6, Daxon Duffy. So the 4th inning comes to a conclusion, and we head to the top of the 5th. It is 11-8 with Lomega in the lead.
How are y'all?
Doing all right.
Doing well. How about you?
Well, it's not blowing 100, so I guess that's better, right?
Not like yesterday. It's still blowing about 35.
It's blowing good.
It got up to about 50 yesterday.
You want that?
You bet.
So, had a kid that got busted with weed and got, as we were getting ready to get on the bus, I get a phone call, says he won't be here, so I already had it printed out.
Ragging.
Yeah. So,
Is that on Jerez?
yeah.
Samson, is it?
Samson Lights. All right.
Thank you, sir.
I think I know Collar.
Parky,
I think so. He might not remember me.
Corbin is his old brother.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep. Used to go to church with him. At the Assembly of God there.
Yep.
Runner now on first base, number 14, Josh Cross. And at number 2, Tristan Toro.
All right, so Sentinel gets the single here to rally in the top of the 5th. It is an 11-8 game now. Sack bunt laid down. Catcher goes second, misses the throw, but gets the tag on the force out. Run remains on first.
Runner on first base. And it is the top of the batting order. Batting is number 10, Jack Wooten.
Officially goes down as a 2-4 fielder's choice throwout. Technically a tag out. Trying to determine if that was a ball or a strike. In safe at second. So I believe we have a 2-0 count. Efficient inning thus far for Lomega. 2 pitches hit and a ball put in place for the out. Inside runner goes. Third base throw is off the mark. Oh, he would have been out. Yeah, you can see the angst there in the third baseman's body language, kind of slamming the glove against his leg. Raiders and Bulldogs are putting on an entertaining game here to start the day. Fouls it off. Grounds it to the third baseman, bobbles again, can't fire, goes first. He's safe on both spots, run scores.
And a run will cross the plate. Now 11-9.
That is a 5 FE.
Batting next, number 24, Brady Wooten.
Runner will go and take second on the errant throw along first base line, and he is rounding to go third, and he will be in safe. Hits him right in the noggin.
Runners now on the corners. 1 out. Next at bat, number 5, Jake Peeler.
I'd like to thank our coverage sponsors for today's partial stream here that we're doing. Wheeler Brothers in Watonga and the Red Barn in Sentinel. Runner goes, ball in the dirt, in safe at second again, so back-to-back stolen bases. Ball is in the dirt, rolls backwards. Pitcher and catcher communicate well. 3-0 count will resume. Runners remain second and third for the Bulldogs. Raiders looking to get out of the jam here. So far, 1 out on the fielder's choice throwout. Fielder's error single. Hit batter. And he'll walk him.
And bases are brimming now for the Bulldogs. And stepping up, number 44, Jet Cunningham.
Another meeting at the mound here with head coach Swart and the Raiders. Pitching change forthcoming. He hands it off infield, so we'll have a substitution amongst the infielding starting lineup. Coach Swart, of course, former head coach of the Drummond Bulldogs. A perennial powerhouse usually in Class 3B baseball, or 3B, Class B baseball. Been safe for the fall seasons and spring as well. The dual season team. Trading a shade of blue, kind of upgrading a little darker. All right, getting in our customary 10 pitches, and we should be good to go. Base runners will be heading back, loaded up for Sentinel. Is Lomega led throughout or most of the game, or did Sentinel blow the lead?
Sentinel was ahead.
Yeah. Sentinel up early in the game. Lomega comes roaring back. Largest lead for either team, 5 momentarily when it was 10-5 Lomega. Sentinel had a 3-0 lead to start the game, and then watched Lomega score, in effect, 10 out of the next 11 runs. Pitchers are going to have to be very careful. That's 3 out of the last 5 balls thrown in the dirt, hitting the backstop. Often talk about hitters who hit for cycle. You also have to see that stat come alive with the pitchers. You've got to throw strikes in spots that the batter just can't crush it or nail you. So fielder's choice on the 1-3 run score is 11-10.
And a run will score. Also an out. Score is now 11-10. 11-10.
So in effect, knocks the runner off first. Sack RBI bunt there for the Bulldogs. Hits another batter, loads them up again.
Bases once again loaded. Batting next, number 4, Braden Green.
Ball is hit. It's going to be a problem ball. Right fielder can't get it, can't track it. 1 scores, 2 scores, and we have him in safe for a 2 RBI double. Sentinel retakes the lead.
And Sentinel will now take the lead. It is 12-11. Scoreboard reads 11-11, but it's actually 12-11. Batting is number 13, Ethan Leeper.
Way too many balls here being thrown by Lomega. They are going to have to start zeroing in on corners of the plate. And there we go, evens it up 1-1. When not near as boisterous and crosswind as it was yesterday, however, it's still about 30 miles an hour. And up ahead in the count again, 1-2. We should get a tale of 3 days here. 50s, 60s, and 80s if the weather prognosticators are correct. Softball game likewise going on here today at Lomega Sickles High School. Panthers in action on side-to-side field. And gets him on the strikeout. Unfortunately, the third base on ball is going to prove to be exceptionally problematic. And they score another run, 13-11.
And a run will come across the plate. It's now 13-11. Batting next is number 14, Josh Cross.
So officially it is a third base on ball advancement for first base. And stolen base on the necessity of moving around the mound there. Heads up play by Sentinel. Momentarily clears the bases of the bases loaded, though. Puts them back on the corners. Head coach for the Bulldogs will take that arrangement every day. And he steals, and he's going to throw, and it's going to allow them to just run right back home and steal again. Wow, wow, wow.
And another run scores.
So that is another unearned run. It's hard to declare a pitcher throwing to second an error, but the timing of throwing it low, trapping it, falling on top of the base runner, and unable to get back home again couples another run scored. Huge top fifth now for Sentinel. Gets him in the dirt. Runner will steal third. In safely uncontested 2-2 pitch count will resume. Just a reminder, all games today and tomorrow, 2-hour, 15-minute time limit. Run rules in effect of 12 runs, 3 and 10 after 4, 8 after 5. So he gets him in the ground out, 1-3 on the throw.
And that will bring us to the bottom of the fifth inning. Sentinel takes the lead again in the fifth. Your score is 14-11. Scoreboard reads 13-11, but they missed a run on the scoreboard a while ago. Again, 14-11.
So Sentinel again up by 3, matching their 3-0 start to the game. It was a really bad top fifth for Lomega. I believe they had the lead 11-8, give up 5 runs, 4 of 5 unearned. Leadoff hit started things for the Bulldogs, and then a hit batter, stolen bases, wild throws. A flare hit all the way out to center right field line scored. Wind pulls it just off the shoulder of the Raiders' right fielder, and he has to spin backwards and go back toward the wall. 2 runs come in on that alone. So As I say that, we had 2 earned runs and 3 unearned runs. Next game up will feature the Elk City Freshmen versus the Bingeroni Bobcats.
Batting for Lomega, number 11, Juan Penneron.
All right, be interesting to see what the Raiders do here. Immediately put the ball in play to the shortstop, fires toward first, gets him on the 6-3 ground out, 1 down.
And there's 1 away. Next to the plate, number 13, Traver Duffy.
Cross body swing there that's going to hook foul. Just like that, 0-2 on the pitch count. Very efficient for Sentinel thus far. 3 pitches, 1 out, and an 0-2 count. Another foul ball. Elk City Elks are in the house. The Bingeroni Bobcats in the house. And we should be good to go at approximately 2:30 for the second game of the day, otherwise known as game number 6.
It's 14-11.
Ball put in play, bloops over to left field, unable to get to it. That is good for a single for the Raiders, runner on first. Ball hit in play again to the shortstop. Bobbles it. Fielding error, 6 FE, 2 runners on.
Runners now at first and second for the Raiders. And coming up to bat now is number 1, Jonah Pendergraft.
Check swing. It says strike. Don't think he took the swing, but it is in good pitch, 1-1. Outside ball hops. Both base runners will steal, advancing to second to third. 2-1 pitch count will resume. Once again on the check. So we'll go full count. 14-11 lead here for Sentinel. That's going to score 1. Gets him on the fielder's choice tag plus the swat with the glove.
And a run will score. Now 14-12. 2 away. Next at bat, number 7, Austin Chestnut.
So 2 down now after the 6-5 fielder's choice tag out. Base runner is getting a good lead on first. Hits it high, fouls it. Just off the mark. So close. Catcher heads up play there, watched the ball, tracked it the entire time, knew exactly where it was, just could not jump over the net to get it. So I have us at an 0-1 pitch count, not full count. Inside ball one. And count should be 1-1, not 2-0 on the foul ball. Now 1-2. Breaking ball cuts in, and that was a strike. It definitely pulled in. So, Raiders trend one, score one, 14-12, heading to the top of the sixth.
And that will end the fifth inning. So after 5 complete, your score is Sentinel 14 and Lomega 12. We head to the top of the sixth inning. If you are just arriving for our next game, we tell you something that's over at the concession stand that you're probably going to want to get plenty of. And if you folks that have already been here, if you hadn't got it yet, you want to get it. Homemade chili. Yes, homemade chili. So be sure and get you some homemade chili. If you want that on a hot dog, you can get it that way as well. Of course, they have burgers. And if you want some, they got some hot chocolate too. So warm yourself up with hot chocolate. Plenty of great items at the concession stand. Head over there right now. Make that tum-tum go yum-yum. And who knows, it might make you a little bit warmer too.
All right, so multiple lead changes here in the game. Sentinel jumped out 3-0 in the first. Lomega comes roaring back to take a 10-4 lead. Then it goes 10-5, and then things start getting interesting after that. Lomega rebuilt their lead 11-8. And then in the fifth inning, Sentinel came roaring back, scoring 5 to retake the lead 14-11. Lomega gets a run in the bottom of the fifth to make it 14-12 as the top of the sixth inning is underway.
Currently batting for Sentinel number 2, Tristan Toro.
1-0 on the pitch count as it goes low. Hits it down third base line, however, that will go foul. 1-1 on the count. We should be getting close to a potential time limit at approximately 1:45, provided that this game started right on the dot at 12 noon. I'm sorry, 11:30 rather. Game times for all action, 12 in all total. 4 yesterday, 4 today, 4 tomorrow will be 11:32, 4:30, and 7. It's the batter that seems to be a reoccurring theme here.
Runner now on first base, and we've reached the top of the batting order for the Bulldogs. Batting next is number 10, Jack Wooten.
Based upon my understanding of your time frame and allowance, depending upon how this inning goes, it could very well be the final inning with Lomega getting the final at-bat. Long and short of the result, winner of this game punches her ticket to the fifth place consolation game tomorrow at 2 p.m. The loser will slot to the 11:30 seventh place game. They will face the winners and losers in combination of Elk City Freshman and Binger Oni. So winners of Sentinel, Lomega, Elk City Freshman, and Binger. Winners meet tomorrow, losers likewise meet tomorrow. Wild pitch, now 3-0 on the pitch count. I'd like to once again thank our coverage sponsors, the Red Barn and Sentinel, and Wheeler Brothers based out of Watonga, supporting Lomega Athletics. Just about, and they're going to call it contact. So I think that is like 9th, 10th hit pattern.
Runners now at first and second for Sentinel.
It's tough to lose a 3-0 pitch count, but especially problematic is when you hit the batter. Each pitcher seems, and this has been a consistent theme, by the way, for both teams, but the wind is wreaking havoc, and anybody that tries to throw junk, breaking balls, curve balls, those seem to be the ones that are planking the batters, usually on the legs or on the back as they spin away. Did have one batter earlier today for Sentinel hit in the helmet. Seemed to be no worse for wear. So yet another pitching change here for the Raiders. Prep Nation TV began covering Oklahoma athletics in 2015 for a football championship game. Our first game that we ever covered featured Lincoln Christian versus Heritage Hall. And then our first full season in 2016, we were OK Prep Scores and Stats, rebranding in 2017. The Lomega Raiders are our 447th school in Oklahoma to cover. So I have officially checked them off of the list of not covered. When you say Lomega, you genuinely think of girls basketball, even though the boys have been exceptionally competitive over the years, but they are predominantly a basketball school based out of Omega, Oklahoma. So I do not see this game becoming a run rule, so we will take those off the table now, looking at the 2-hour and 15-minute time limit. Runners still second and third uncontested, both in safe. 1-0 on the pitch count will resume. Those chicken tacos were really good, so I'll take some of those. Yeah. All right, runner is out at first. So we have I'm trying to think if that was a pop-up to second base. I apologize for missing that, folks. It's what it looked to be. So one down now for the Bulldogs here. Raiders are running out of time. However, they will be given the courtesy bat in the bottom of the 6th inning should this game max out at 2 hours and 15 minutes. It began play at 11:30. Could have been a minute or two behind that schedule. Coach Tisson will be very fair, I can assure you, they're letting the teams get their opportunity, even though this may not go the 7th inning now. Breaking ball in high, so 2-1 on the count. A weird, wild, wacky game today. Sentinel has had 2 leads. They've had it as many as 3 runs. Bulldogs have had the lead twice as well, by as many as 5. Had a couple of ties in the game as well. So 3-1 on the pitch count as the ball is low, low, and high. Whips it over right above the head of the second baseman. That'll fall for an RBI single. Runners on the corners score it 15 to 12.
There's one away. Batting next, number 44, Jet Cunningham.
Yeah, that just became a 2 RBI single there. So runners now on the corners. Advantageous for Sentinel here to pad this lead because we are running out of time. Runner will steal and take second now. By my math, we have a 15 to 12 game after the RBI single brings him around. One out after the infield fly. 1-0 pitch count will resume. And high and outside 2-0 now. Just a reminder, next game up will start a little bit late. It'll feature the Elk City Elks freshman team versus the Binger-Oni Bobcats. Cuts outside corner, and it is yet another walk. Bases loaded for the Bulldogs.
And bases now loaded for Sentinel. And we have coming to the plate, number 8, Will Leslie.
Will be interesting to see here what Sentinel chooses to do. Put the ball in play, wait for a wild pitch to steal, or maybe throw down a situational bunt. There's a pretty big gap between first base and second. So if I was thinking short hit, that's exactly where I would try to swing it. He goes the opposite direction, and it is going to be foul. So 0-2 on the pitch count will resume. I like the idea. Had a nice little swing to it. Unfortunately, the wind just takes it and just keeps pushing it over on the third base line. Check swing goes again. Another third base on ball, another stolen base. He's in safe, and another error, and allows them to keep the bases loaded. Now it is 16-12.
Bases still loaded.
Ooh, he gives him the strike.
Batting is number 4, Brayton Green.
Can't say I agree with that call. And gets him. 0-2 count. All right, so the Bulldogs are going to have to get a little bit more proactive here. They've got a cushion now of 16-12. Scoreboard had 17, now it has 15. If we can just settle on 16, it'll be good. 1-2 on the pitch count. Just a reminder, on the encoder panel, we don't keep an accumulative pitch count. We just do it top bottom of the inning. Hits it. That's a problem. Perfectly positioned. 1 scores. 2 scores. Make it a 2 RBI single.
And 2 runs will cross the plate. And it is now 18-12.
Largest lead now of the game for either team at 6. Lomega had led by 5 when it was 10-5. Throw is off the mark and safe at second.
Batting is number 13, Ethan Leeper.
0-1 pitch count will resume. Things couldn't go better for the Bulldogs. They have rallied and scored in back-to-back innings. 9 runs. Runner goes. He will be in safe at third. 1-1 pitch count will resume. Gets him in the dirt. So we have got a 1-2 count. Outside.
Runners are residing right now on the corners. And we have coming up next to bat, number 14, Josh Cross.
All right, so somehow even my count was off. I had it going 2-2, and it was 4-2. Strike number one. So 1-1 on the count after the initial strike and ball. And strike again. Runner steals second. So now second and third. Raiders need an out here in the worst way possible. Fouls it off. So we'll have a 1-2 pitch count resuming. Some debris on the field that is blowing in. Another top wind kind of that's crossing today. Not as severe as yesterday when winds got up to approximately 50 miles an hour here at Lomega High School, home of the Sickles Panthers. Thank you very much. We are getting A+ treatment. Thank you so much for the hospitality. All right, so now we'll see what is happening here on this particular pitch. Do you go for the strike or do you try to put the ball in play? And he gets him.
All right, we're going to head to the bottom of the 6th inning. And after 5.5 innings of play, Sentinel is 18, Lomega with 12. They just brought me a bowl of chili up here. I'm going to taste this and see what it tastes like. Ooh, that's good. You got to go get some chili. That is awesome. Wow. And then also they brought me some peach cobbler with ice cream. Sorry, I'm trying to swallow. Peach cobbler with ice cream, and they heated that up for me. That's going to be awesome. So you got to get over there and get you some right now. If you don't, you're going to get left out. Shady, shady, shady. Sell that stuff. It's good chili.
All right, folks, here's the long, short, and middle version of it. This should be, due to time constraints, our final inning. I have now got the game at the official 2-hour and 15-minute marker. So it looks like to me, again, based upon my understanding of the tournament rules, 2-hour, 15-minute limits, this game will end in the 6th inning. Yes, it can end in a tie. No, I do not know what the tiebreaker would be for which team advances to 1st or 7th place or 5th place game. But in that event, we will keep you apprised, as is. Lomega needs now 6 runs, 7 to win it.
Batting for Lomega, number 5, Trevor Lintz.
Ball is in behind him. They're going to say contact with the batter, runner on first.
Runner down on first base. Next to bat number 22, Cade Chaloy.
Next game will be delayed probably about 30 minutes, I would guess. Usually takes them a good 15 minutes or so just to get the field back set with chalk and putting some necessary water on the ground. It is especially dry, as you can see out in spots on the field, but on these windy days, takes the dirt and just slings it in all directions. Players have been playing catch and warming up on each side of first and third base. A couple of them maintaining in the parking lot as well. So we've got a pitcher over here warming up for Elk City's freshman squad. And outside, 2-1. Well, we were off on the count again. Runners on first and second.
Runners on the first two bases. Next at bat, number 8, Blake Yost.
And we have a potential pitching change. Nope, he gives him the ball back. He says, go back to the mound.
High score over on the softball field. It's Shattuck and Mokiba Sickles. 0 in the third.
All right, so we will have the pitching change. We'll pause for an update.
Two of the top teams in the state over there. Oh, he did change, didn't he? Good. Probably a bit heartburn, but it's good.
I have to be super careful what I eat.
I'm supposed to be, but
Mine is no longer by choice. I used to have a cast iron skillet stomach, but I developed a rare disease called autonomic nervous system disorder.
really.
And it impacts my gastrointestinal tract.
Oh, wow.
Hoping that surgery will help with that. It's my C7 and 5 are impinged. So one specialist thinks it could be that.
Good.
Fast pace here by the replacement pitcher. He is whipping them out. However, he is down in the count 3-1, and the Raiders are on the verge of loading the bases here. The bottom of the 6th with no outs, and they do.
Bases now loaded for Lomega. And we have up next, number 6, Datsun Duffy.
Lomega not only needs to clear the bases here and get all 4 runners across home plate, but they need 2 more runs as well. Gives him corner call 0-1. And make it 0-2 on the pitch count. Outside ball. And 2-2 now. In low, so first 2 pitches were strikes, last 3. Oh, he's going to give him the call. Whoa.
And there's one away. Next at bat, number 11, Juan Penneron.
Outside 1-0. And 1-1 evens it up. Gives doing back-to-back calls, 1-2 now, so Raiders in jeopardy here of losing the game, slotting to the 7th-place game tomorrow. And strikes him out back-to-back Ks for the Bulldogs.
And there's 2 away. Next up, number 13, Trevor Duffy.
And resumes the count, 0-1. And now down to their final strike. So Raiders need to get something cooking here quick, otherwise we will have a 6-inning final score of 18-12 for Sentinel. Calls it. All right, so we'll see if that is effectively the game. It's my understanding that the time limit has been met. Players will now come and touch it up. Final score, Sentinel Bulldogs 18, the Lomega Raiders 12. Sentinel slots to the 5th-place game tomorrow against the Binger Elk City winner. And likewise, Lomega will face that game's loser tomorrow at 11:30.
And that will be your ball game. The winner of this contest, the Sentinel Bulldogs, final score 18-12. Sentinel plays tomorrow.